Did you know Marina Bay Sands isn't finished yet? For more than a decade, it stood as one of the most recognizable landmarks on Earth, a 340-meter sky park floating above 3 leaning towers. But now, Singapore is building something new, a 4th tower that's set to change its skyline all over again. It will rise beside the originals, taller, rotated, and crowned with a double-level sky park and a 15,000-seat arena designed by the team behind the Las Vegas Sphere. But here's the thing. Before engineers could dream of expanding Marina Bay Sands, they first had to defy gravity to build it. Because what stands today began as an impossible idea, a structure balanced on unstable reclaimed land, built by connecting 3 skyscrapers with a bridge in the sky. This is the story of how Singapore built the impossible, and why it's not done yet. By the early 2000s, Singapore was already a success story. Efficient, wealthy, meticulously planned. But for all its prosperity, something was missing. The city had global respect, but little global identity. It needed a landmark, a symbol that could stand alongside the Eiffel Tower, the Burj Khalifa, or the Sydney Opera House, and announce to the world that Singapore had arrived. So in 2005, the government launched an international competition. The challenge: design a world-class integrated resort at Marina Bay, a new district built on reclaimed land at the mouth of the Singapore River. The winning bid came from Las Vegas Sands, led by architect Moshe Safdie, a man known for blending geometry and landscape into architecture that tells a story. His vision was radical. 3 55-story towers rising side by side, connected at the top by a sky deck shaped like a vast surfboard floating high above the city. Safdie called it urban theater, a stage where city, sea, and sky could perform together. Few believed it could ever be built. Marina Bay itself didn't exist just decades earlier. The entire area was created through one of the largest land reclamation projects in Asia. A basin filled with sand and compacted soil, extending out from Singapore's downtown. Beneath that new surface lay a deep, soft marine clay, weak, compressible, and unstable. For towers of this magnitude, that was a serious problem. Engineers had to anchor their foundations into something solid. They drove more than 5,000 reinforced concrete piles, some reaching 50 meters deep, until they hit stable rock. It was one of the largest piling operations Singapore had ever seen. A hidden forest of foundations buried below the bay, holding the city's most ambitious structure in place. Above ground, the towers began to rise. Each would climb to roughly 200 meters, but not vertically. To create the sweeping form Safdie envisioned, they lean inward by as much as 26 degrees. That lean opened up a dramatic atrium space at the base, filling the interior with light. But it also created a nightmare for structural engineers. Leaning skyscrapers introduce horizontal forces that push and twist their cores. To resist that, each tower was built around a massive reinforced concrete spine, 71 centimeters thick sheer walls, running the full height of the building, tied together by steel trusses at key transition floors. As the towers climbed higher, laser surveying equipment constantly checked their position. Any deviation greater than a few millimeters could mean disaster when the time came to place the SkyPark above. The entire project depended on those 3 leaning giants meeting perfectly at the top. At the summit, engineers faced their greatest challenge: constructing a 340-meter-long sky park that would span across the towers like a bridge in the sky. Weighing more than 7,000 tons, it couldn't be built like a roof. It had to behave like a bridge. The structure was divided into 14 colossal steel segments, each weighing between 500 and 1,000 tons. They were fabricated on the ground, floated across Marina Bay on barges, then hoisted nearly 200 meters into position using strand jacks mounted on temporary towers. Each lift took days. Every movement was tracked in real time. Even a sudden gust of wind could have thrown the alignment off by centimeters. Piece by piece, the SkyPark came together, until it formed a single continuous deck stretching the length of 3 football fields. At its western end, the platform extends 67 meters beyond the last tower, creating the world's largest public cantilever. Standing there, you're suspended in midair, a steel bridge jutting out into the skyline. But even after it was complete, the SkyPark couldn't be left alone. The 3 towers beneath it move constantly. Temperature changes cause the concrete to expand and contract. Winds push the towers gently side to side. On some days, they can shift as much as 20 millimeters apart. To handle that motion, engineers installed more than 500 hydraulic jacking points beneath the SkyPark's surface. These allow for minute adjustments to keep the structure level. A 5-ton tuned mass damper, a weighted device that moves opposite to the building's vibrations, was placed beneath the cantilever to stabilize it during strong winds. The result is remarkable. The entire SkyPark flexes, breathes, and shifts with the towers below. It's a living structure, constantly in motion, yet perfectly balanced above the city. At the heart of the SkyPark lies the image that made Marina Bay Sands famous: the infinity pool. Stretching 150 meters across the roof, it's the longest elevated pool in the world. From its edge, the water appears to fall straight into the skyline. Hidden beneath the surface are 3 independent sections, separated by expansion joints, allowing the pool to move with the deck. Millions of liters of water circulate through concealed pumps and filtration systems, constantly adjusting for wind, heat, and load. Every drop is carefully balanced, so the pool's surface always meets the horizon line. Swimming here feels unreal. 200 meters above Singapore, surrounded by clouds and city lights, you're literally floating on the edge of engineering perfection. Below the SkyPark, Marina Bay Sands unfolds as one of the largest buildings ever constructed. It covers 845,000 square meters, roughly the size of 120 football fields. Inside are over 2,500 hotel rooms, 2 massive theaters, a luxury shopping mall lined with indoor canals, and a lotus-shaped art science museum that seems to bloom from the edge of the bay. The heart of the complex is its casino, the largest atrium casino in the world, home to more than 1,600 slot machines and 500 gaming tables spread across 4 levels. Surrounding it are exhibition halls, restaurants, and an entire ecosystem of retail and entertainment spaces. What appears sculptural and artistic from outside is, in reality, a city within a city, an entire vertical resort that changed how architecture and tourism could coexist. But this extraordinary project came dangerously close to never being finished. When the global financial crisis hit in 2008, funding collapsed across the world. Projects of this scale were being canceled overnight. For a time, Marina Bay Sands hung in the balance, yet Singapore refused to back down. The government saw it as a symbol, a project that could redefine its global image and drive its economy forward. Construction continued at full speed, even as markets fell. 2 years later, in April 2010, Marina Bay Sands officially opened at a final cost of $5.5 billion. Within years, it became one of the most profitable casino resorts ever built, drawing tens of millions of visitors annually and transforming Singapore into a global tourism powerhouse. 15 years later, the story isn't over. A new chapter is rising beside the original 3 towers. A 4th structure rotated 45 degrees to catch the light differently across the bay. Standing 55 stories tall, it will feature a dual-level SkyPark with gardens, cabanas, and wellness spaces overlooking the city. Beneath it, a 15,000-seat entertainment arena, designed by the same team behind the Las Vegas Sphere, will anchor the next phase of Singapore's skyline. Originally budgeted at $3.3 billion, the expansion has since grown to nearly $8 billion. Proof that the ambition which built Marina Bay Sands still burns bright. From sand pulled from the sea to steel lifted into the clouds, Marina Bay Sands is more than a building. It's a statement that when a nation dreams boldly enough, even gravity gives way. As night falls over Singapore and the SkyPark glows above the bay, the towers stand as a reminder of what's possible when engineering, architecture, and imagination meet. And when a city dares to build the impossible,